Oh dear. I'll tell you what, since I did yesterday's painting, probably 24 hours ago, right? The last 24 hours has been terrible. Really terrible. I've had a right trauma on his hands. Pop a bit of blue in there. Yeah, it's been terrible. It's Doofus. Doofus, my stepbrother, he's got a pet worm. And he thinks of his pet worm as part of the family. So he's took it out into the garden to play with it. A bird swooped it down, flew off with it. Doofus is heartbroken. So we've had the worstest 24 hours coping with Doofus's heartbreak. It's been like the worstest 24 hours you could possibly have. It's been terrible. What can we do? Absolutely heartbroken. You're in floods of tears, but luckily my mum and Gertie D come to the rescue with a good plan. So it sort of worked out alright in the end, thank goodness. But yeah, it's out on garden. He's got this pet worm. Takes it out on garden for a bit of a play and that. It's playing with it. Bod's just come down. Flew down. Took it away. Flew off with it. Doofus devastated. So anyway, last night he was crying himself to sleep. But what's happened, my mum's come up with an idea. Why don't she just go in the garden? So she's been in the garden and she's dug another worm up. She's just going to tell Doofus that it's the same worm. So I think he's going to be alright. So when he gets up this morning, we're just going to say, oh, that bird's brought it back. Tell Doofus the bird's brought it back. So hopefully he'll be happy again. Well, he will be, because he'll never think that we've made it up. Yeah, he'll believe Doofus will. So we'll be alright. So yeah, hopefully today he's going to be happy again, because I can't stand to see him heartbroken like that. It'd be terrible. It's been the worst. Honestly, it's been the worst 24 hours in my entire life seeing Doofus that upset. Right. Some brighter colours now. So yeah, when he gets up this morning, we're going to say, oh look, look what that bird's brought back. We'll just say, it must have took him for a little fly. It's say that he loved it. So it loved it. And Doofus will be like, oh wow, brilliant. He'll be happy at that. Right, this is just I'm working from a photograph, and so I'm just popping in backgroundy stuff, lights against darks. Oh, that's a tree, that one. Tree there. Just popping them all in. A little bit darker now on these bottom bits. Something like that. So, yeah, that's gone slightly darker there. Just popping in all these little details. I think there's a couple of trees there, slightly darker around here. I want to be dark around that tree there. some more trees there. I want to be darker around that tree there, darker around that one there, darker in underneath it. There's another bush there. I'm not even really looking at my picture, I'm just sort of looking at my little pencil marks. Oh, drinking me coffee and all while I'm at it. And this bit looks probably nice and bright on top of that bit there. If a lot of this all just blurs into one thing and you can't tell where it is, I don't really worry, because I think even that will probably work quite well. What's that? That's an extra field there, isn't it? So there's a field there. So maybe that could come in with a tiny bit dark at the bottom of this then, I think. And then there's a field there. So the field's going to be quite light, I think. It's a bit creamy colour on the field. Oh, that looks nice. That's my field. And there's a bush there. Actually, that field would probably go up there, like that, into that bit. So, I probably shouldn't have coloured that in really, but I think if I just put that field a bit darker down this side, it'll blend in and it'll still look like that field goes all the way up. That's it, that's better. I'll put a dark bit in and that'll look like that field's going all the way up there then. There we are. That's a little bush there with looks of things into that field. This one, there's a bush here with looks on it. That's my little tree there. I want that tree to stand out. I think it does, it just registering. Oh, that actually goes through the bottom of that tree there as well, that field. I'll do that. When I put my little base to that tree in it, should stand out pretty good. A bit of detail in that one. Right, there's a great big bush thing here. I think I'll put that in first. Some yellow paint. Get this big bush in. There we are. And then I'll mix some green into that from my field. Oh, that's a bit bright. A bit, much size, a bit geary. Take it, calm it down a bit. All I've done is put more yellow in, calmed it down a bit. That's the trouble with tube greens. I won't use them, but I got them again me. So just put your. Oh, I think there's a bush there. I think that's a bush. Yeah, your best way to make a green is a yellow and a blue. I probably won't. I'd never use tube greens, but because someone's given me, I'm not going to chuck them away. So I've got some tube greens. They're mixed in with browns and everything in my palette, so I couldn't really say it's this tube green or that tube green. I've got bits already mixed in with it. I've got about 4 tube greens all squirted into one blob, what I'm just using, and then I always have to mix some burnt umber or some yellow or something into it to sort of calm it down, because it's just too bright and too, I always say, cartoony. Looks a bit cartoony straight from tube. Right, anyway. That's a tree there. Yeah. So that field then. If this one's got really bright yellow on top, I'll fill the bottom bit up just to get rid of what colour's on bottom of my brush. And then I'll like all bright yellow on top. And then in here, this one. Right, yeah, just get some bright yellow now, I think. So it's just pure bright yellow, this. And I'll leave some of them white highlights on. Yeah, that's nice. This here, same. bright yellow. Oh, that looks nice. There's like an embankment, and then here on this bit there's like little reeds. Put them. You can see it through here, through this other tree. So put them in like that, so you can see through the branches in a minute when I get it all going. Some more reeds coming down there at an angle like that, and this sort of everything sort of comes across what it looks like after that. Nickel detailing brush. There's a little boat there, so I'll just go around it. Just in my reeds there. You could get around it with your big brush. It's just quicker to use a detailing brush and easier. Can't see point struggling. The whole idea of the big brush is to stop you from fiddling, but if that's not fiddling, I need to get around that boat accurately. So right, what we got now on this brush? So let's darken this in now. This tree here. That, and then some of that, a bit of Montumber mixed in. That's a nice dark greeny Montumber colour. In fact, this stands up light to dark at the top, but at the bottom it's more of a dark to light. So around here like this, it's like that. Really, really dark at the bottom of this tree. Now, I've not changed the colour look, but as I'm coming up, it's blending with them other colours, turning it sand lighter. Makes a bit of yellow in that. Come back in. That's not as dark as on my photo, but so long as it's registering in that it's standing out, I'm happy. Yeah, that'll do. Right, now then, oh, that's water, isn't it, in there? That is literally white. Colour in that water. Right. And put some. There's not really any colour in that water, but I am going to put a bit in because I want it to match my sky. So I'm going with same as sky colour, straight across like that. That'll do. That's all the light hitting it where the white bits are. Like I say, it's showing up behind this thing, so I'm going to paint over that, but I want you to see through it. Right, some more yellow now. This is me reeds this side, bits of reeds and grass and stuff. Same as I say through here, because it's all showing through. See this? Because my brush is quite dry, the ends is all broken up, so it's giving me like a grass shape. I'm not going to wake Doofus up or out. We're going to let him sleep in because he was crying till early hours in the morning. So we're going to let him sleep in, and then we're going to wake him up and say, look what this bird's brought back. And it's going to be over at moon. He'll be absolutely over at moon. Poor old Doofus, I could hear him sobbing last night. Poor little thing. I were heartbroken listening to him. There we are. Now then, a few of these bits in the mixer. I think, yeah, these are virtually silhouetted, so I'll mix some really darks for this. Mainly there. And then some lighter ones just for in some of these small bits here. This is one of them again, really good technique. So mentals with it. Right, there's some like little things on top of there. So I'll pop that in. Pop them in there and all. There's a couple here and all actually. I'll pop a few darker bits in these bits here. Yeah, that's nice. Very nice. Right. Now then. This big bush here. Spiky brush for the big bush. Let's see what we can do. Perfect. Oh, maybe there's a bit more water. Try that. Perfect. Could do with keeping some of these little white bits as well, because they'll highlight. They'll look like an highlight. I think I'll just do that and maybe let that dry a bit while I put in a few details in here now then. Right, so get some details in. Right, there's this tree here. It's got quite a few bits and bobs going up into it like that. That one. And this one here. That's about it. Yeah, right. This little bow. Let me get a nice little, one of my nice little detailing brushes. Let's have that. I think that's the third to smallest one. This will be perfect for this. Right. Bontumber. I'm going to mix it with a bigger brush for speed. Got some Bontumber. Payne's grey. It's virtually showing up as black in the picture. Alright, let's try a bit of this. There's a highlight all the way around the top, so I'll just leave the white paper to do my highlight. Like that. So that's inside the boat. And down here, on my photo, it's just sort of all dark grasses down here, but I'm going to just put it in like that. Put a few of these dark bits. I've just noticed these dark bits in my photo, so I'll just stick a few in. Little low lights. Right, now then. Yeah, just tiny little highlight right on top of that boat there. Just a little boat moored up on side there. That's that. Right. Sip of coffee. Now then. Let me wipe a bit clean in this palette. It's a clean bit. Can I put some designer's gouache on this clean bit of my palette? A little blob. Pop in a couple of little sheets. In fact, I've just just noticed something. Let's get a bit of blob of designer's white gouache here. All I've done, I just got some loose paint in there, but see that end one? Put some designer's gouache or gouache. Apparently it's called gouache. I keep saying it wrong. I'm just going to pop in a little bit darker at the bottom of here. Just bottom of this edge thing here. It's a bit darker. I think that just carries on up there like that. I think that's what's happening. And then there's some bobs in there like that. Some darker bits. Probably need some darker bits because I'm going to put some sheep in anyway, so probably need it a bit darker so my sheep's going to show up better. That's it. And then this bit right up front here, that quite light because that were loads of just reeds and that's where it suns it in it. That's that'll do. Right, now I use this little detailing brush again. Now this sheep in this field, so there's sheep in here, they're miles away, they're like that, there's no detail in them at all, they're just like that. I'll let that dry and I'll come back in and I'll put some low lights underneath them and stuff for some shadows and bits like that, and that'll give me some sheep in there. And then just here there's a couple in here, but I think it looks better without it. I think it looks better just with the sheep there. I'm going to leave it at them there. It's better. I've got a bit of something to look at with that boat there. That could be a focal point if you want. I haven't really thought too much about focal points on this one, I just sort of drew it in. Let's take that one a bit stronger. That's smudged out a bit, that's better. Yeah. Right, so I'll just work on this then. Right, so I need a darker green mixing up now. So I'll get some lemon yellow into some of this green mud I've got at the bottom of my palette. You'd take yours, if you haven't got no green mud at the bottom of your palette, take it into blue and then to dull it down, add a bit of Bond Umber. You'll get this same colour where I've got here. If you sing it makes you happy. I'm only happy because I know Doofus is going to be alright. I just know he's going to be alright when he wakes up, and we tell him that, look, the little bird's brought you pet worm back. It's pet worm, I don't know why, but he's called it maggot. Numpty Dumpty, the dog, bit it in half the other day, and I was worrying myself sick over that. Thought, what? He's going to go mad. But he come in. He goes, oh, my worm's had a baby. I thought, brilliant. Thinks it's had a baby. So I got away with that. So he's still got half a worm left. He's still got the baby. The bird just took daddy away, apparently. Oh, good old Doofus. There we are. Get some more yellow in that. Some more yellow on these light bits on the edges, look. Oh, a little bit. There we are. Looks pretty nice. Right, I'm going to dry that. another layer on, make it a bit stronger. I think I'll try that. Another layer. So if I get some more of its green, pop another layer of that in there. I can just be pretty quick at this, make it random. Layer of that, and then into this Payne's Grey Bond Umber. Stick some more of that in. That's it, that makes it look a bit closer, doesn't it? That's nice. Right. Yeah. I'll leave that at that. Tell you what I could do. Shall I tell you what I'm going to do? I'll show you a little trick now. Clean brush. This bit here, you can see that edge. I think it looks perfectly alright, but what you could do, tiny bit on my brush, just a bit water to that, tiny bit on my brush, see what this looks like. Designer's white. Now I need more water on that. A bit of designer's white gouache, and just put some highlights in that bit where it's overlapped to break it up. Well, just blended it in a bit more there. Didn't need that. Just did it. Don't know why I did it. Definitely didn't need it. Put a few highlights in there if you want it. So again, don't need it. Just did it. Right. Now then, I think now we'll go with this brush. I'll show you my brush in a minute. Mix up some more really dark colour for me. Sticky things, sticky jobbers. I'm going to pop in some sticks and things. Is that good enough? I think that's thick enough, isn't it? So I don't know. You can't see, I think my hand's blocking my way. This is one of them bushes that's just full of twigs and sticks and things. There we are, it's looking good. Down here it's going to be thicker because these bits down here are leading into these all the little bits. They all start joining in down here, look. I think I'll do that. See that light bit there? I'm going to go around that so it looks like it's coming in front. And that. I'll come in a bit there. There's a bit of a gap there, look. And then I'll come back in with it there. Nice big fat piece and a bit coming off it there, going up there like that, coming off there, that can go up there like that, nice fat bit there, and you're just blending around and putting bits in and stuff. That bit can go through the other, a bit there, a bit there, a bit there, a bit there, a bit there. There we are. Oh, I like that. Let me stand back and have a look at that. I think that's my back. Oh dear. I can't stand up. I keep forgetting that I can't just stand up anymore. Yeah, I think that looks alright. It's alright, isn't it, that? I think I'll do it. Oh, not in this brush. Get some more paints on this front bit, thicken it up a bit. Yeah, that's better, look. A bit of thicker paint, thicken it up a bit. And brighten it up a bit, that's look. Get that all in bright. A bit of this green in there. There we are. Bop, 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 bop. Seeing while you're painting. Makes you nice and happy. There we are. I think that's Right, let's get Peter and Paul. Pop them in. No, I hope it weren't Peter or Paul who's ate Doofus's worm. They're out looking for worms, which is what I always say. Stay away from Doofus's worm. It's not funny, you two. Stay away. Doofus loves that worm. We'll get him another worm. We'll pretend it's the same one. He's still got baby worm. He's got Maggot Junior. Calls his worm Maggot. But he's got Maggot Junior. Boy. Die. But in a bit, he's going to have... That's the point. Why does he call it Daddy Maggot? He thinks it's had a baby. Not sure about that one. I'll have to ask him. So he's got Daddy Worm. No, Daddy Worm's gone. He's still got Baby Worm. But Daddy Worm is going to come back in a bit because my mum, Gertie D, is going to get one out of the garden. So, there you go. We're not too bothered about the painting today. We're more worried about Doofus. But that's the painting. If you follow them constructions, you'll not go far wrong. I got a bit of daydreaming and forgot to tell you what I was doing because I was that worried about Doofus. So, but hopefully you'll be able to follow along. You'll be certain. Right, I'll tell you what I'm just going to do. Just spotted something. I'm just going to pop a little dark line across bottom of there. Well, I know what else I forgot to do and all. It'll take me a second, so I'll just do it. Just some little dark bits around these sheeps and that. There'll be little low lights and that in them. So I'll just pop some little low lights under them. And hopefully they'll register as little sheeps. These little sheeps just munching away on grass and that. I think that's all I need for them to look like some sheeps in distance. That's just the shadows underneath them and the little black heads and all that. Right, I'm going to go now. Just get some brekkie. Doofus will be up in a minute and we can turn his sad little face back into an happy one. See you on the beach.